Then I look at you and the world all.
All right, Chattanooga. That's the beat. That's the beat right there. Y'all, welcome again to What's Happening in Your Neck of the Woods with your talk show host, yours truly, Dr. Elenora Woods, as we wrap up the last weekend of Black History Month. It has been a great month. Don't y'all agree? It's been wonderful. We've done a lot of great things, and excuse my voice, but I'm going to try to get it through because it's so important that we talk about Black history, Black businesses right here in the city of Chattanooga. And we've got some Black businesses that some of you all probably never have heard of, and they are striving, they are thriving, and they are doing it the right way, and they are making it good. And so I have a couple of people who I'm going to feature and highlight today. You know, we've done some Black History Month celebration and some salutes to these national greats. But what about right here in Chattanooga? And so today, I am so excited. Oh my God, Steve, Steve Talley from Chattanooga, Tennessee. He's just doing the thing. And I was sitting out there talking to him when Tony was still on the air. And I learned some more incredible stuff about him. I mean, this man has got it going on. And I think you all need to know about it. You all need to hear about it. And you all need to continue to patronize him. Business doing all, I mean, it's off the chain. Welcome to the show, Mr. Tally. Thank you for coming on. And when I went past his shop today, earlier to remind him this is the last week, I got to get you on this week. He's like, man, I'm not even dressed appropriately. I'm like, what do you mean? You got your uniform on now. He got his business hat on. He was busy at his shop doing some work with people wanting their car details today. They were doing what they do every day. And I'm just so proud of him. And that's why I want to bring him back because you all know I took my car by there. And it was, I got grandbabies. So you all know how the grandbabies would trash the car. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna take it to him. And I took it at one time and I was sold. If you could clean my car up, and you know you can't drive around in a dirty Mercedes. If you could clean my car up and make it look that good after my grandbaby's been in the car, man, I'm telling you, it's to die for. So I had to have him on here, and I learned so much since I've got to know him, and even more today. Um, he is, not only is this car wash business something that he does, but I learned that he's the owner and a major contractor from Century South Incorporated, which builds homes. Oh my God, he's a real yes, he's a real estate investor. I mean, this man is amazing. He has a daughter who has her MD degree, graduated from Hopkins University, a son who's out in LA that's a platform hairstylist. I got a chance to look at some of their videos. I mean, this man is amazing. I want to salute you first for being a great dad that you are. And definitely those mothers of your children, because they had a lot to do with it too. Let's just give a salute to the women. But being the dad and having that relationship, you know what? While we were waiting to come on the air, he took the time to call his daughter and he took the time to call his son. And that just touched my heart because that let me know that he has a good relationship with his kids. It's not like I just pay child support to your mama. I don't really know y'all, you know, good. I'm through 18 years and going back to business. No, he has a good relationship. So that's Black history right there too. Because we black men always get kind of drugged through the mud when it comes to their children, and then the system do it to you, the women do it to you, and so when you have a black man who's standing up for what's right, does right by his kids, and then they grow up and call you dad and love you and got grandchildren screaming in the background, they got children and they just scream in the background. And I said, now that's Black history because we need to continue as a black family in particular. We need to continue to keep our families together. Dads, if you don't work out with the mother of your children, that's okay. But you still is part 50% of that child. Actually, you more than 50% because we just incubated. That's your baby.
Right.
So you all keep your children close to you. Don't be mad if you got to pay child support. Somebody, I mean, the woman can't do it by herself, and it's not the other man's responsibility to take care of your sperm.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Don't just be a sperm donor, be a participant in your children's life. So I just want to say to all the dads out there, that are part of your children's life, and your children still grow up and they're grown and they got grandchildren, they still love you and they can't wait to hear or get a phone call from you. That's Black history. Keep it up because that's the way it always has been in the beginning of time. Black men took care of their families. They took care of the wife. They took care of the kids. They were provider for the house, and we got away from that. So Black history teaches us, if we go back in time, that Black men were strong, they were mighty, they were the head of their house, and they kept their children close to them, and the families was tight,
Right.
very tight. So kudos to you for that, number one.
Thanks.
Then we're gonna get into your business. Okay. So before we go there, I have to talk about before I get to you, I have to give a salute out to Southside Market, Mr. Abdullah. He's been around since 1983 when he started over there in Boom Heights, the grocery store there. And then he opened up this store on the South Side in 2012. He is an amazing person doing great things. I love the store. You all please go out and support him. And we're going to work together with Abdullah because here it is. And I know what it feels like to be in one of the most economically depressed communities in Chattanooga and have the federal government, the President of the United States, award our city and our county with money from COVID because the Black business suffered the absolute most. We were already suffering. And to have a Black business in an economically depressed Black community and not get any money is almost shameful. So we need to support his business. We're going to be talking to our elected officials. The COVID money may be gone, but you all know there's more money. We can find more money, right? And so we can continue to give to those that are in Black businesses that are struggling. I'm not saying that he's struggling, but I'm saying that he is a Black-owned business on 38th Street. His address is 202 West 38th Street. And when I'm here in Alton Park, I am intentional about going into his store. If it ain't but to buy, some water and some chips or something, I'm intentional about going in his store and letting him know that I appreciate what he's doing for this community and giving us an option when there wasn't a food city. There wasn't a dollar store. He was the place to go. And so we need to remember where we come from and continue to support those Black businesses in our community. And so that is Southside Market at 202 West 38th Street. Y'all know Abdullah. His number there is 423 486 1469 if you need to call him. And this video is being recorded. So we want you all to um, continue to share this video so that people will continue to see. We got a picture up right now of his store, Southside Market. We thank him, and he always gives us a contribution here at Alton Park Development Corporation because he believes in what we are doing in this community to keep you all abreast of what's happening in your neck of the woods, what's happening downtown, what's happening that's affecting people of color, Black folks, Asian folks, Hispanic folks, white folks. We all God's people, but sometimes we don't get the information because they're not Black on radio station. We just tell it like it is. And I'm very proud of that. We are a Black-owned radio station. Our organization, Alton Park Development Corporation, is the only African American nonprofit 501c3 CDC, that stands for Community Development Corporation, that owns property valued over 2 million or $3 million with 8 acres of land and 48,000 square feet of space. I say that because God blessed us with that, not in a braggadocious way. I'm gonna make up a word. You all can continue to use it, but not in a braggadocious way. It's just to say God has been good to this organization for his people. And so we are intentional about giving a shout out to our people. We are intentional about bringing other organizations on to spread the word about what they're doing in the community that benefit our people in Chattanooga. So now that I've got all that out of the way, because you all know I am a talker, but I I have a guest, Mr. Steve Talley, that has been doing the thing. We're gonna first talk about this Mountain View hand car wash and detail shop. Tell us about that. What tell me you're the owner
Yes.
and what made you get involved? First of all, tell us how long it's been around.
Well, first I want to thank you, Dr. Woods, for inviting me uh, to tell about my business, and also thank the audience for listening. Uh, and yeah, Mountain View Detail. I started back in I think around 2014. We started over on Alton Park Boulevard. Actually, I started that moved in that business to operate my facility maintenance company, AB Property Preservation, a company that does facility maintenance for federal. We did facility maintenance for the federal government,
Mm,
for the city of Chattanooga. We cut about 37 parks in the city on a weekly basis
wow.
for about 6 years, and I ran up on the site at 3701 Alton Park Boulevard to actually train the guys that work for me, have on-site training and an on-site place that I could store my equipment at that time. And we kind of start just operating my facility maintenance company from there. But eventually, guys started saying, "Hey, we need to do more with the business. I mean, more with the building, the site." And since I grew up in Alton Park, that was very important for me to be able to come back and give back to the community and employ those who come from where I come from in the Black community, and also bring our community up economically. So, while running the facility, we decided, hey, we're gonna offer detail service because we got a lot of cars on the road. Chattanooga's bustling and growing. The population is
Yes.
growing. And we got a lot of professional people in Chattanooga that you know invest lots of money and value their automobiles. And we thought it was a great opportunity to bring that business to the community and provide low cost, affordable, rather detailed services for professionals and people who would like to have their cars maintained in a professional manner. And We started over there, I guess, about 2013. And since we've been there about 7, 8 years doing the detail
Wow.
services, we try to provide car reconditioning services for our customers who do invest in their cars and want to maintain them. We have three detail packages: the silver, gold, and the platinum packages. Uh, Whatever your preference is, some of our customers like to get their cars cleaned up for the weekend, take the family on trips. That's the silver package I would recommend. Some customers just have cars that, hey, I want to clean this car real good. It's been sitting under a tree, needs cleaning. It's my mom's old car. Hey, I want to clean it up real good, give it to my son. The seats are bad, kind of moldy, mildew. We can take care
Mm,
of all that. We have ozone services to treat vents and odor
what?
removal. Yes, um, we have all kinds of reconditioning services. We do steam clean seats, carpets, headliners, treat your vents when you got odors in them, buff wax, the whole 9 yards. And we just want to be able to provide top notch services in this community and give back to the community at the same time. We
Wow.
we recently partnered with U-Haul and became a certified U-Haul dealer. So we brought that service to the community. We noticed that a lot of people moving to this community, and we wanted to provide that service as well over at Mountain View. So
You know what does the U-Haul service do? When I think of U-Haul, I think of these big orange and white trucks. You know, people renting them to move their furniture. So when you say you partner with them, what all do you provide? Because I hadn't seen a U-Haul truck over there. Maybe I missed it. But so tell me what do you all do?
well, right now we do have on site. We got a 26-foot box truck. We also have a 10-foot and a 20-foot. We have three small trailers, 6-foot, a 14-foot, and we're in partnership. Well, a dealership with became a dealer, U-Haul dealer about a month ago.
Oh
So
wow. Okay.
we are able to get whatever size vehicle you need to move your belongings from place to place or out of town. On site, we currently have, like I said, about three vehicles and some trailers. But you can call U-Haul, go to uhaul.com, or you can call 1-800 U-Haul. And if you stay in this area and want to pick up from our site, we can have the vehicle or any tool or equipment available for you, just like with any other U-Haul store.
That
So,
is amazing. Did y'all hear that? You all don't have to go all the way down to Broad Street or Hickson or North Chattanooga, wherever they got these East Brainerd. Um, you all don't have to leave Alton Park to go get a U-Haul truck. It's right on Alton Park Boulevard, and you all know that's right in the heart of Alton Park. You need to rent a U-Haul. So if they wanted to rent a U-Haul, what all do they need to bring? Because that's another thing. What's the deposit? I know it's based on the size of the vehicle, maybe. And do they need a major credit card? How old do they have to be to get it? Kind of give up. Some people they say, "Oh, I need a truck." So what do they need to be prepared to bring when they want to get one of these U-Hauls?
just like with any other U-Haul store, you go to the one on Broad Street, East Ridge, wherever you go to, you got to have the same identification. Got to be 18 years old or older, have a driver's license. Also, you have to have a debit credit card to reserve and hold the vehicle. But we operate just like any other U-Haul store. Uh, you can go online, decide what size vehicle equipment you need, and then just, go down and click on the areas to click to pick up. And we're listed on their website as one of their dealers, and you can choose, hey, I want to pick it up from Alton Park. I can walk right up
Wow.
the street.
Y'all know
So,
I love that. When I hear that, I just love it. Black excellence in Black History Month. And that's the other thing I want to talk about is that, you know, we as Black folks, sometimes we get a black eye. We
right,
get a black eye because um, so many people have done so many different things wrong, and it hurts the rest of us.
right,
And we were just talking about it before you got here. Some people just don't believe it when they see Black excellence, and
right,
they don't believe that there is a dentist out there that is in the top 2% of the dentists in the world. That would be me.
right,
And they don't believe it because we're gonna talk about the other stuff you do when they see a successful Black man with two successful Black children, one male, one female. One's an MD from Hobson University, the other was a platform artist in LA, California, and traveling all over the world. And this man not only has Mountain View hand car wash and detail company, but he's now a licensed U-Haul vendor representative site where you can pick up your U-Hauls. But he has another business. He was the maintenance person for the city of Chattanooga and the county. I might have said that wrong. Cutting grass,
facility maintenance and
facility
driveway.
maintenance, keeping up parks and all the areas where we like to go and play and leisure activity throughout the city and the county. He did that for 6 years. And then now I learned, and I didn't know this, that the man is a realtor, I call it investor, and he builds homes. And he was showing me some of the pictures that he's built. This man is amazing. I'm like, where you been? Oh my God. So we've got a black man, this is Black History Month, here that can build your house. He is a licensed contractor, commercial and residential, just residential.
Residential at the moment, but I do partner with, I do partner with commercial partners.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. So
I
to
got
get
something I
jobs
want to let him check out while he here today, because you all know we're doing a $450,000 what we call renovation project out here at the historic Pineywood Elementary School. That's now the Chattanooga Civic Center at
okay.
Mountainside. And so we've got a lot of stuff going on in here. The auditors from the county were here yesterday because they want to see what the money they've already given us has meant.
Right.
And so I was real proud. My chest stuck out because I know God has given me the torch to carry to make sure that things are done decent and in order. So my chest was sticking out as I was showing them this good $200,000 heating and air system
Right.
that's in this building, all of the vents in every room, turning them on, showing them they work, walking through our event hall, showing them all the LED chandelier, crystal chandeliers. And I know when they saw the sticker price on our bar, they thought, what kind of bar is that? But my chest was stuck out because it was handmade, real wood, custom made for the event hall. And just beautiful, a place for our family to come and enjoy. The electricians have been here all week. They have installed outlets on the wall because big screen TVs are coming
That's
next, so that you can come in with your some kids maybe from the neighborhood, sit down, chill, eat, enjoy the sports, that kind of stuff. In our, we call it community room, event hall, we got a stage in there. Everything is just lovely here at the historic Pineywood Elementary School, and we're very proud of it. We've got people putting in LED lights all over because you can see the old fluorescent lights, and they pop, you all. They pop and they blow, and it could set a fire. So we are changing all that out. They've been working all week, changing them out in these rooms.
looks
Now we can see in some of these rooms that was really dark and gloomy. The other goal was to bring the light bill down because with these old fluorescent bulbs, if one put out, it'll still come on
right.
and it'll just be one out, but it's still pulling juice as if it's on. So all of these lights are being changed, even in this room, the media room, which is part of the WPTP radio station. They'll be changing all these lights and putting in new LED lights. And all of this was made possible through the grant given to us. I want to say it again to all of those commissioners. Thank you that voted to give us the money so that we could have a good place for our people in this community, this economically depressed
Chris.
community to come and do great things. We've got a thrift store in here. They can come and have their events. I'm talking about celebrations like anniversaries, you name it. We can do it here because of the money that we were able to put in this building so that we could be protected from the elements. I'm talking about when it used to rain outside, it was raining in here.
Oh
And
man.
that's the reason why we got to have things painted. We've got to have new ceiling tiles put in where it leaked and destroyed some of the ceiling tiles. Um, those are some of the things that we still have to do. We need a whole lot more, but God blessed us with just what we needed to get it started so we could come in and do what we're doing even right now
And do the work.
and do the work. This radio room, if it was 50 degrees outside, it'd be 40 degrees in here. I don't know how, but it'd be so cold you couldn't talk. And in the summertime, if it was 80 or 90 degrees outside, it'd be 200 on the inside. So we would be baking in the summer and freezing in the winter. But God has blessed us with the protection from the elements. And you don't have to walk around in our building with an umbrella up anymore because He blessed us with roofing now that is keeping us protected from the rain and stuff like that. So we are just blessed. And the other thing we had to do because the building was built in 1963, the locks to the outside, we have about 20, 25 doors to this building.
Okay.
And all of the locks were built in 1963. Even the locksmiths in today's time cannot break into those locks because the locks will turn sideways instead of up, or it might be the opposite. And you know how you can pick a door if you're a locksmith. These locks can't be picked. It is only 3 sets of keys. So if we lost a set, we couldn't get another key made. It says do not duplicate. So here it is. We have, I call it an antique door
Oh man.
where the keys can't be made. So we had to update our locking system, and now all of our doors have keyless entries. I want to thank Vivid. This is probably something I probably shouldn't do, but I have to. Vivid Security System for putting in our security system here at our building with the keyless entry locks. I want to definitely thank Sanders Locksmith, who's African American locksmith. He's been
Around
around
for
way,
years.
way
Decades.
before I was born.
Decades.
And he's here now doing the last 4 rooms, the locks out so that you can go in and put in the keyless entry. So now you'll be able to punch in your code and come in, and we can give you the code to come in. Dr. Woods, 100 miles gas all the way from Dalton to get here to the door because there's only one key or 2 keys to that same door. So we're very grateful for the county commission for voting yes to give us enough seed money. And God didn't want us to get 3.5 million that we asked for because He wanted the people to invest in this building so that they know what's over here, number one. And
Right.
number two, they would feel ownership in what's here and they would take a part in what's going on in the civic center. That's what he spoke to my heart. Because I was like, why we couldn't get, we needed that money. We got all these youth programs, but guess God blessed us, and we were in the midst of the blessing, didn't realize it. He sent the right people at the right time. I want to thank our former commissioner, uh, Commissioner Smedley, and our former commissioner, Commissioner Jeter, for leading the way. Those two wonderful women for leading the way and the charge to make sure that this money, we had an opportunity to go back before the commissioners. And all the commissioners that got my email, those that walked through this building, it was hot in the winter. It was, I mean, sorry, in the summer, it was, I think June or July was blazing. They got to feel what it
Right.
was like not to have heating and air in here. And they were sold on yes, we need to help this organization. Alton Park Development Corporation is not a new organization. It's been around since 1998. And we need your support. And there are many ways you can give to help keep this building in the community for our people. You can go to our website. If our engineer will pull it up on the site, just go to APDC, that stands for Alton Park Development Corporation, 98, the year we uh, chartered.org. And whatever you give to Alton Park Development Corporation is 100% tax deductible. We, unlike some 501c3s and 501c3s, that's federal. We are approved through the state of Tennessee, the Secretary of State, Trey Hargott's office, to solicitate, to ask you to give us money and to receive it. It's called solicitation and gaming. Doesn't matter if you have a 501c3. You got to also be in compliant with your state secretary to make sure you can raise money. So if you're not in compliant with the Secretary of State, you might as well throw that 501c3 in the garbage can because it doesn't mean anything.
Right.
In the state of Tennessee, you got to have permission to raise money in Governor Lee's state through his secretary. And that means you got to do your quarterly filings. annual filings, your reports. Let them know I got $450,000, and this is what I did with it.
Right. Right. Keep
Because
track.
because somebody is saying they gave Alton Park Development Corporation $450,000, and they want their tax break from that. And if we don't report it to the Secretary of State that we got the money, somebody lying.
And
So it's
somebody can't get a tax break.
that somebody can get a tax break. So it's all about checks and balances. So if you're giving money to a nonprofit, you can go on the state website and look that nonprofit up. If they're not on that list, don't give them your money
Right.
because they're not in compliance with the state. You can go to the federal website and their name may be there. That's good. That's part one. That's part one. You gotta have a 501c3 to be a
Right.
nonprofit. No doubt, hands down. But to raise money, there's part two. You have got to be compliant with the state of Tennessee, your governor and your secretary of state. And we are in compliance. So when you give to us, you can rest assured that our licensed CPA is doing our books and making us stay in compliance with our secretary of state. So that if we give you some money, if our writes a check out, we have to report that we gave you a check. Why? Because Alton Park is a nonprofit, and we want to make sure they don't charge us taxes on what we gave back out to the community. So
Right.
we're tax free.
That's
So
correct.
go on the website, the Secretary of State website, look up organizations that are approved to be tax exempt from the state, and you will find Alton Park Development Corporation there. If you don't find that, you need to call me because I need to see where you're at. Um, but we are so grateful. This organization is so grateful. We have a mercy clinic for dental care. We have a thrift store. Everything in that store is at 50 cents and goes up, I think, about $10.
Oh man.
So you can go in there and go crazy. Take $100 and then come out with 100 things. We don't charge you taxes in there. And just we have a computer center. Um, so now that COVID is over, we expect to see our children coming back to our facility and using these beautiful donated computers from EPP. I have to give a shout out to EPP. EPP donated us all the computers in our computer lab for our children. And they also are supplying our internet services
Oh man, that's
throughout this entire building. Our phone lines are through EPP. They are supplying our phone services. So we don't pay for our phone services. We don't pay for the internet here. And anything that we need is under a federal grant. When Obama was in office to make sure that poor communities had access to the internet. That's why we are a center in the middle of the poorest community. And they wanted to make sure that even though homes would have access to the internet, that if a child did not have a computer, they would have somewhere to go and still do their homework. Parents that looking for jobs or need to report online, maybe Social Security, whatever they need to do, they could come here and get on a computer and do their work without having to feel like they can't do it because they don't have a computer. You understand? So our center is open to the public. We are here for you and we support you. We support you. We support our Black businesses. So I'm gonna get back to this real estate investment stuff because a lot of people that's hard to believe.
yeah, yeah.
Tell us about this. How long you been doing? What is it called again?
Century South Incorporated, and we're licensed contractor in the state of Tennessee.
So
And
I so I go on the website on the state of Tennessee licensed contractors,
right,
and
licensed contractor.
I find
Century South, you'll find
Century
Century
South
South listed as
because
a licensed
you
contractor.
know what I'm about to say. A lot of folks go around. I'm a contractor,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And 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 they're not no more registered with the state of Tennessee than man in the moon. They just want some work. So stop saying you are a contractor. If you're not, if you don't have this piece of paper right here, This looks like my dental license card.
It comes from the state,
It comes from
right?
the state.
The Secretary of State.
Yeah, if you don't have a card like this in your wallet, then you're not a licensed contractor, boo-boo.
I got an
You
identification number and everything.
this man has an ID number, 78323. His license is active and expiration October 31st, 2024. So he's gonna be around and he's gonna renew his license.
It
But he good all the way to 2024. And my license good on one of them to 2024 in the state of Tennessee, I think, and then in Georgia 2025. But if you don't have a card with the state still on it that you got in your pocketbook or your wallet, you are not a licensed contractor. You just lying, boo boo. Stop it.
license and bonded. License,
Licensed
bonded,
and
and
bonded.
insured.
He got his paperwork. He got his paperwork. That's what I'm talking about. Black excellence in Black History Month. This is Black excellence right here.
Thank you.
He got his paperwork. He licensed. He bonded. You insured too,
I'm
right?
insured.
If he mess up something, he can call his insurance company. That's important.
Right.
You know, if I mess up somebody in their mouth, I better have some malpractice insurance.
Definitely.
No.
And that bond with the state, that's the state also carries a bond with your license. You have to pay for it also. And the state also ensures that if my company mess up work or whatever, not to your satisfaction, then
They back you.
they back you. But you also still have to carry a commercial. You have to carry regular insurance, liability insurance.
Y'all stop judging a book by its cover. Stop looking at us because we African American people. Like we can't do all that. You know, we can do all of that. I've been practicing 35 years, and I'm
man,
a
it's a
knock on
long
wood.
time.
I ain't hurt nobody. Thank you, Jesus. Don't send me nobody to hurt, please. Devil, stay away. Um, but when you do things with excellence, then you don't have to worry about where your next meal is going to come from.
Exactly.
And when you give back to your community, when God bless you to do things with excellence, it's not for you to just hold and not share.
Right.
You know, you need to give it back. So I've learned that the more I give, the more God give me stuff to do.
Right. Exactly.
The more He give me to do. And I'm like,
Which is
God,
wonderful. And
yeah,
what
it's good.
motivates people like you and like us,
Yes.
motivates go givers is purpose. Not the money, but the purpose behind in front and behind the money,
Yes.
and
The
those
money
are
gonna
the
come. Just don't
yeah.
worry about the money. I like, when you walk up to him, this is the other thing. And we say this about white people, y'all. So don't act like we don't. That man is a multi-millionaire, a billionaire. He don't even look like. He got on blue. He getting his car. It's all right. Ain't got no fancy rims on it. This is 2023. It's a 2005. And we say, golly, rich folks don't look rich. Wealthy folks don't look wealthy. They know how to. Now, they can get down there when they have to. But what I'm saying is, don't judge a book by its cover. Because when I saw him, he was over there doing cars,
Right.
detailing cars.
Right.
I never would have thought he was the owner. I never would have thought that he was a business owner. I'm talking about doing real estate, building homes, detailing a daughter that's an MD from Hobson, a son that's a platform artist traveling all over the world. You just don't know people. Stop judging the book by its cover and get to know people and then accept them for who they are and don't try to beat them down.
Right.
This man giving back, and I like to tell people all the time, when you have a lot to give and you give it, don't expect nothing in return. That's okay. If you don't get anything, God said your rewards are stored up in heaven.
Right.
In heaven. And when you get there, you're going to get it all.
Right.
And in between that, He's sprinkling blessings while you're here. He done already blessed you. If you don't get another blessing, you got a daughter that you ain't got to worry about. You got a
That's right.
son that you ain't got to worry about.
All
They
they ask for,
successful.
all they ask for is advice.
All they ask for is advice. And when they are successful themselves and they ask their daddy for advice, that is a straight up pat on your back
Yeah.
of black excellence.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
It is. And I just want to applaud you. Men, if you all are listening to WPTP 100.1 FM radio here in the South Side, the real South Side
Alton Park,
of Chattanooga, which is Alton Park.
born and raised.
Born and raised,
Alton
kicked it
Park
live.
Junior High, Hotwell, Kirkland. Uh, I also graduated from Chattanooga State with a business degree. Also graduated from the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga with a business degree as well. So I'm born and bred.
What did y'all hear that?
Yeah,
He done
born
gave
and
this
bred.
resume. He done gave this resume. You single like you like a million answer that. You ain't gotta answer that. You can do that off the air. But what I'm saying is, you all, there are some real good black men out here, and for the court systems out there. I know child support is a big thing for black men, in particular. Now, white men get beat up on it, and some women get beat up on it because they don't keep the kids, so the dad got the kids. But if they are struggling, and you all they need to go to jail because they just ain't doing it. Alton Park Development Corporation, for more than 10 years under my directorship, have had a alternative prison program where the judges can work with our organization and give them civic work assignments to do here at at the civic
That's
center.
great.
We have 8 acres of land out there. And you all know if you're driven by here, you see paper. So if you got to do some time, that can be your time. And we've done it. And when they're finished with their work, call it work release, whatever it is,
Community
then
service.
yes, we report back to the judge and you've done your time. You're not locked up, but you better report here and do your work, your community service. If you're trying to go to college and you know that you got so many community service hours, it don't matter what school you're going to, what side of town you come from, what school you're going to, who your mom and dad is. These colleges are requiring you to do community service. We are on the list, Alton Park Development Corporation, as being a certified site where you can
That's
come and
great.
work out your community service hours for your community service with these colleges and universities. So come here. Our number, you can reach us anytime by calling 423-713-7614. You can hit us up on email at WPTP1001 FM dot is it .com dot at gmail.com. I'm sorry. Can you flash our email up? Flash our email up. We want you to not have an excuse why you're not going to college or why you got to get locked up at Silverdale because you didn't have no way to go and do your community service. You can still take home with your family and work out your probation, whatever it is, with us. Just like you see folks on the side of the road picking up trash, we got all kind of stuff you can do here. Help us maintain this 8 acres we got out.
It's great.
And we've worked with the judges. You all heard Tony on the radio and on his I think he's got some live feed out there where he's telling you all this is the place where you can come. He's working got some judges that he's working with to actually just basically put them in our care, the people in our care. And we sign the paperwork. We tell them what we're going to have to do. And if your sentence is 3 months, you're going to be with us 3 months. We got, I don't know how many bathrooms in this building. 48,000 square feet,
A lot of work.
every room in this building, that used to be a classroom. Every room in this building has its own bathroom, its own seat, and so we got at least 25 or 30 bathrooms in this building.
Right.
Okay, we got floors that have to be swept. We got things that have to be dusted. We got a thrift store closed. Things come in every day. We got a whole shit of stuff that we gotta go through. And yes, if you want to donate some stuff, if it's clothing, make sure it's gently worn items, because we have to unfortunately throw away stuff that's been overused. Don't sell our shoes that the heels will walk off of. We can't sell that kind of stuff.
Right.
If you got furniture, we sell furniture here, all kinds of stuff. We got new stuff that people donated, uh, old things that people donated and worth a lot of money. I want to thank our mayor. He's donated some clothing and his wife, Jenny, Mayor Kelly, Jenny Kelly, for donating some things. Uh, Latrice Kerr with Channel 3, she's got some amazing apple pie, sequence gowns type stuff she's donated. We've got some wedding gowns that have been donated. People only wear those gowns one time. Where else they gonna wear it? It's only been worn once. So we have all those kinds of items in our store, things in the kitchen. We got clothing for babies, stuff that haven't even been worn. My shoes, t-shirts, all that kind of stuff. We have toys. We have medical devices here, walkers, all kinds of things that you can use that you need to get in and out of the bathtub. We have all types of medical equipment here that you can purchase. Sofa and love seats. I know we got a grandfather clock that works.
Stop shop.
Yeah, it's
everything.
God blessed us, I'm telling you, and you have blessed us by bringing your items here for people that may not have. I like to thrift too.
Right.
And I have to snap my hand every time I go to the thrift store. I'm like, Dr. Wood, somebody need that. You don't need to buy that. You don't need to buy that stuff 50 cents. Let somebody else have that. I'm like, but I want, So it's hard for me to go in there and thrift and put things out on the cabinets, on the counter. And I want it myself. But if you like to thrift, come on. The money that we collect at the thrift store goes right back to this facility. And what do we use the money for? We got lights that we have to pay for it. I don't mind telling you, our light bills be $1,000 a month. We got light bills. We have sewage bills sometimes reach $1,000 a month. We have
professionals who run the show, help make the show happen,
yes.
like the engineers.
Oh yeah, we have our engineers. I wouldn't expect anybody to be. I call it. They are consistent. They are dependable. You know, and yes, they do volunteer a lot of their time, but we have to make sure that we can take care of them too.
Right.
So we give them funds. They can continue to keep this professional radio station going. So we pay our engineers. We have we just a lot of stuff. Sewage, water bill, light bill, our property taxes, which are coming up. Y'all know they do. So every year we need to come up with at least 5,000 or more a year to pay our county taxes and our city taxes. And that's at a reduced rate because we're nonprofit. So you all, if you don't know where to send your money and you're giving all this money away, please go to our website and donate. We ain't got $10. If it's 10,000 people, that's $100,000 with $10. So, and I know that we have people out there that would love to give because we have people that give. And I want to say thank you. I don't want to call out any particular names, but at the end of the year, we like to do a stroll of all the people that have given. And we turn that in to our accountant. Our accountant is very knowledgeable. He is a nonprofit accountant. He's a CPA, licensed CPA, and he's magnificent. And so if you receive money from us now, if you're working for us, you're going to expect 1099 if you are an independent contractor. So if you got a 1099 from us, it's because we have to show the IRS that out of that 450,000, 60,000 went to Steve, because he did some construction work here. We have to show that so that we keep our books straight.
Right.
And no, we don't fry bugs, we don't cook no bugs. We can't. Ain't nobody going to jail.
Right,
Nobody doing that. Who needs to?
right.
So, and I do my part. I give. You know, I I'm very passionate about giving to the community. I always have been, and I always will be to the day I die. That's my calling. That may not be your calling, but that's my calling. That's my purpose. And so, thank you all again for giving to Alton Park. If you've never given before, it's never too late to start giving. And that is our website or radio website, WPTP1001FM.com. You can hear us 24/7. Our radio station plays 24/7, 365 days a year. When we're not here live, our music is on auto, and the music that you hear is jazz, 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 inspiration, 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 gospel, gospel, gospel. So that's jazz, inspiration, and gospel. So we are a family radio station. You ain't got to worry about your grandchildren at the house. If you need to turn the radio off because you're not sure what may come out of through the speakers, if you turn on WPTP 100.1 FM radio or go to our website, if you can't reach us through your radio, you can reach us on the website anywhere in the world you can hear us. So again, I want to give tribute in the last 5 minutes that we have and give him the last remarks. Now you can reach him to Mr. Steve Talley with Mountain View, hand car, wash, and detail. Carry us.
Thank you again for allowing me to come and present our platform. Again, we're at Mountain View Detail Shop on Alton Park Boulevard, 3701 Alton Park Boulevard. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and we also have a website, www.mountainviewdetail.com. We specialize in reconditioning of the vehicles, your cars. We also have U-Haul dealership on site for those of you who need to move around and move your house. So thank you again for having us. We're glad to be here. And we will also become a sponsor and contributor of Alton Park Development Corporation because it's near and dear to our heart in the services that we provide out here in this community as well.
All right, thank you, and we appreciate that. We're gonna ring the bell on that. And there, just for you all, so you'll know, we're small, but we're mighty. We are on the website at WPTP1001FM.com. We're also on Facebook at WPTP 100.1 FM Radio. We're on YouTube at WPTP 100.1 Radio. We're on Twitter at WPTP Radio Chat, CHATT, and also on Instagram at WPTP Radio Chattanooga. So we do the darn thing over here. We on all social media platforms, and you can get to us anywhere in the world where you have internet. We're not just local, we are statewide, we are nationwide, and we are global. So we're gonna start pushing our national initiative and our global initiative so that this organization, when we're dead and gone, it will be here and carry on for the next generation. God said, do enough and leave enough for your children and your children's children. That means generations after you're dead and gone. We've got to leave something here behind. And to you all the Park Development Corporation is that vehicle. God blessed us with this bill. And I'm going to tell you, for $1,
Mm. For the
did
bless,
y'all hear me? For $1,
for the bless.
took it from a church that bid $25,000
Mm.
because they were not, I think, gonna do with what God wanted it to be done. And they got upset 'cause they couldn't do what they wanted to do with the building because there's restrictions on it. And the person that they were giving it to was was a beautiful person. and they saw the need for Alton Park Development Corporation to exist and have this building. And that person is Pastor Alfred Johnson, and he walked away from that deal, which meant this building went back to the school board, and we were the only other person, or I was the only other person that voted for this building, or that auction did the bid for this building. And I bid it $1.
$1.
And when we had to go back before the school board, we were awarded this building at $1 for $1 because we were the only other person bidding for this building. And I turned around and gave it back to you, the community. And so this building dedicated to you from the Lord up above. And we're going to take care of it. You all are going to give to it. That's why he let us get 3.5 million. He gave us 450 to make it good for you to come in here and enjoy it while we put our own money in this building. And there are enough people in this community, I don't care what walk of life you are, what income level you are. Everybody go to McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, uh, Chick-fil-A, Kentucky Fried Chicken, even fine dining, and spend $20 and $30 or more that you all can give to this organization. Even when you buy a drink, a Coca-Cola, you spend $1, or a bottle of water now $2, and how much water do we drink out of the
A
bottle?
lot, a lot.
So think of us as that necessary donation to keep our community where it is and to bring up some more people, because that's what we do. We've got community services out here. We're working with the youth. We're working with grown people that have issues. We're working with the judicial system. We're doing everything that we know we have to do. And God is still blessing us with more things He wants us to do. So when you give to us, you're giving it right back to yourself. And with that, we're going to go out. We got 1 minute remaining. Thank my engineer. You all are amazing. They put that up there because y'all know I'm a talker. So they
Get
make sure I don't go over. So again, shout out Southside Market, Mr. Abdullah, located at 202 West 38th Street. He's been around for anybody else who's out here selling food and everything else. You can just walk across the street and buy whatever you want. He's still here, and he needs your support. So go out and continue to support him. He gives to Alton Park Development Corporation. He believes in Alton Park Development Corporation, and we definitely believe in him. And for anybody else that's a black business that's in Alton Park, you all can do the same thing. We'll have you on here. I thank Mr. Talley for coming on, for taking time out of his busy schedule to come on our show and share with us what he does. And for that, you all be blessed. Tomorrow is Sunday. Make sure you all go to church. And if you can't get to church, virtual is now available. You can go to church right from your bed or right from your living room or kitchen. And you can always come to Greater Emmanuel Apostolic Church, which is where I'm a member, at 400 Tama Boulevard, where Pastor Paul Whitfield Jr. is our pastor. And we get down. The Apostolic Faith, we get down there. So you all come on, and I'll see you next week, same time and same place. Be blessed.